good afternoon, and welcome to our final games of the day here at beautiful Burnaby Lake Sports Complex West. Our final match of the afternoon is the Men's Masters A BC Soccer Provincial Cup Final between a pair of sides from the Vancouver Metro Soccer League, Port Moody SC Rangers, and Columbus FC. The lineups today: for Port Moody, in goal, Jeff Iabonte. Number 10, Omari Aldridge. Number 12, Venny Atwell. Number 31, Woody Bradford. Number 23, Ian Clark. Number 4, Adam Day. Number 3, Robin Hart. Number 29, Graham McGowan. Number 5, Sean Pagich. Number 15, Jeff Rogers. And number 11, Trevor Rosenkrantz. For Columbus, in goal, number 1, Aaron Young. Number 7, Michael Balden. Number 9, Steve de Blasio. Number 16, Todd Lucic. Number 15, Kozo Minome. Number 2, Scott McEachern. Number 3, Jamie Olson. Number 13, Bradley Pitoum. Number 8, Nathan Kwan. Number 4, Blair Robertson. Number 6, Alejandro Villeto. And both these teams know each other very well, having played each other 3 times already this season. This will be a 4th meeting. The most recent matchup saw Port Moody edge Columbus 2-1 in the VMSL Masters A Cup semifinals, a tournament that Port Moody would go on to win. We'll see if they can do the cup double this season, picking up both that trophy and the Provincial Cup, or if indeed it'll be Columbus FC picking up this title for the 4th time in their club's history. Just about ready to go. It'll be Port Moody in the blue tops, white shorts, and red socks kicking off. They'll be playing from left to right in this first half. Opposite them in the all-white kits, Columbus FC playing from right to left. It's already been a successful day for Columbus as a club. Their over 45s team picked up the inaugural BC Soccer Over 45 Men's Provincial Cup earlier this morning, triumphing on penalty kicks. And now their over 35s team looks to emulate that success. And we are underway as Venny Atwell kicks us off. This final has been a long time coming for Port Moody. Port Moody, long-time stalwarts in the Fraser Valley Soccer League, but they could never quite get over the hump to lift this illustrious trophy. A switch to the Vancouver Metro Soccer League has had the desired effect, as in their first full season in the league, they're right where they want to be in the Provincial Cup final. But it's Columbus now, with the early running. Couple balls through the box there, not quite dealt with. That'll come to de Blasio. Unable to get his foot entirely around that one. Robertson now. Columbus taking the early initiative. Dealt with at the back, and it was offside. It looked to be offside. Good slow flag from the assistant there. And the Iabonte will get us restarted. It's Columbus right back on the front foot, though. De Blasio goes quickly, looking for Robertson. Hint of handball there. Shouts of it from the Port Moody side. Nothing given, and instead it's a corner. Early set piece chance for Columbus to consolidate this early pressure into an early lead. Dealt with, if not entirely, by Port Moody. Robertson will try to recycle it. De Blasio, great move. Rolling back the clock to his premier days. Again, Port Moody do enough, and Atwell will look to spring the other way. Venny Atwell, one-on-one with the defenders. He's just shepherded into the corner. Still on it, though. Safely away for Columbus. The back with Pejic. Kwan. Ball coming through. Near side, that was Balden with the ball in. Not quite coming off, though. Mike Balden, the player coach of Columbus, calling his own number to start today. Not happy with how that throw proceeded. And here's Kozo Manome now for Columbus. He's got de Blasio in the middle. Kwan. Plays Balden. Port Moody hanging on a little bit here in the early going. Another turnover. Balden again down the left side. McEachern resetting things for Columbus. Ball just a little bit too much for Robertson and Olsen to deal with. Vieto with Kwan. Searching ball forward for de Blasio. He's going to get there. Oh, and Manome making the run through the middle. He made contact. Safely over the net from a Port Moody perspective, but again, the signs are here. Columbus with the intent. Atwell. Can't negotiate that one. Atwell looking to turn Lucic, but that's just not going to happen. At least on this occasion. De Blasio complaining he was caught, but Manome's picked up the ball. Columbus playing on for the moment at least. Manome asking a lot of Robertson, but he's going to leg it out. Not quite able to get there as Pejic is over to clear. Long throw from Columbus into the area. Manome up for it. Dealt with by Pejic. It's really anywhere will do at the minute here for Port Moody. Firmly on the back foot as we approach the 10-minute mark of this one. Manome, he's been everywhere in the early going. Another cross. And again, just enough done. This time it was Rosenkrantz on the defense. Another set piece here for Columbus as they look to make this early pressure tell. De Blasio to deliver. Headed away. Respite, but no relief here for Port Moody. McEachern gets us back going. De Blasio. Unable to link up on that occasion with Baldwin, but it's been all Columbus to start here. Iabonte perhaps wisely just slowing things down. Port Moody could do with having a little bit of the ball here. Bradford muscled off it. Clark will pick up the scraps. Good foot in there from Vieto. Send Port Moody back into the recesses of their own half. Other than that one burgeoning run forward by Atwell, I'm not sure I can recall Port Moody crossing halfway with the ball in their possession just yet. Still plenty of time left in this one. And if you've been with us all day, it's been a full day of football here at Burnaby Lake Sports Complex West. And you'll know we've been keeping you apprised of the weather developments. And the sun now poking its head out. The sky's clear somewhat. We had rain this morning, off and on, heavy at times for the over 45 final. That, as I mentioned, Columbus FC captured after 120 minutes of scoreless soccer. They were able to defeat fellow VMSL side PCOV on penalties to claim the inaugural BC Soccer over 45 Men's Provincial Championship. That was followed up by the Men's Open B Championship on this field. And we just saw VUFC Snipers on a goal by Tiernan McKenzie claim a 1-0 win and add the Provincial B Cup to their trophy cabinet to go along with their VMSL 2A Championship as they defeated Guildford FC. Still a good season for Guildford, though, as they were Division 3 champions in the VMSL. And they'll have another chance to qualify for this tournament next year and perhaps rewrite that ending. In the meantime, back to the task at hand. as Clark has Port Moody going forward. That's Aldridge with the turn. Firing well over the net, over the backstop as well. We'll have to send someone to forage towards the neighboring ice arena to try and see if we can't get that ball back. As we talked about earlier, Columbus, no stranger to the Men's Masters A Provincial Cup Final, or really Provincial Cup Finals at any level. They've won the Open A Provincial Cup on many an occasion, dating back all the way through from the 70s and 80s. Referee not interested in a handball decision there. De Blasio picks up the scraps. Great move by de Blasio. To his right. Oh, and Robertson is going to want that finish back. That's Hart who stayed down for Port Moody. Didn't look like there was a foul in that. It did look like de Blasio had won the ball, but it was certainly a bit of a joust and perhaps reverberating through Hart. He'll try and run it off, it looks like. So to go along with their success at the open level and, as we mentioned, the new over 45s level, Columbus have lifted the Darrell Hughes Masters A Cup on 3 previous occasions. The most recent one, though, almost 10 years ago in 2013. So a club steeped in history, keen to get their name back on this trophy. Port Moody, though, keen to stand in their way. Quan. De Blasio, who was certainly a force back in his premier days, known for clattering the goals in, continues to do so at this more senior level as well. Indeed, he led Columbus this season with 14 goals. And it is starting to get a little chippy in that midfield. Rogers leaves one in on Quan there after the ball had gone. Perhaps that was in response to Quan bundling him over just a moment ago. The referee let that one go, as is often the case in these situations, though. It's the retaliation that gets caught. And Columbus will get us restarted. Todd Lucic, the center back there for Columbus. He's a men's Open Provincial Cup champion. He won the title back in 2017 with Club Inter, the other Vancouver-based club with Italian roots. Switching his allegiances to Columbus, though, here at the Masters level. Hoping to lift yet another Provincial Cup title. And there he is, winning a header to Quan. Manome. Might we see our first yellow card of the day? Just a discussion for now. Certainly could have been given there. That wasn't the best of challenges. But McGowan escapes having his name taken, at least for now. Columbus look to be setting something up here at the far post. Be Lucic to deliver. And it nearly came off there as they directed Olsen around to that back post, and he did get free. didn't make great contact, but it's a moot point in the end as the assistance flag has gone up. So even if it had gone perfectly, it would not have counted. Day sprays it. Rosenkrantz looking for Aldridge. Working on Olsen. Referee not interested in Aldridge's pleas for a foul. So it'll be Columbus taking over. We talked about the most recent meeting of these two sides, which came back in March when they met in the Cup. They also met on 2 occasions in league play. The teams exchanged wins, with the visitors being successful on both occasions. A 2-0 win for Columbus back at the start of December was followed up by a 3-0 win for Port Moody in the return fixture at the end of January. This is Clark. He'll earn Port Moody their first corner of the afternoon. 20 minutes in, it looks as though the Rangers have weathered the early Columbus storm. Now they'll look if they can't stake their claim to the opening goal. It'll be Clark to deliver. I was asking a lot of Bradford at the back post. In the end, safely out for a goal kick. And perhaps unbelievably, you can see a few shadows on the field. As I mentioned, it's been a rather gloomy day today. And certainly not the usual weather that we have become accustomed to for Provincial Cup final day. But the sun is threatening to break out. Still a few degrees colder than I think most of the players would have preferred. But I think all of us after the past few years are just happy to be back at a Provincial Cup Finals day. As Port Moody have earned themselves another corner, and it'll be Adam Day heading over to swing this one in. Plenty to aim for. Send it in at the short post. Perhaps not what he was looking for. Kwan gets clear. Anywhere will do for de Blasio. That's Lucic leading the charge forward. Perhaps a little far from home as a center back, and commits a bit of a defender's challenge there. Stepping on the foot of Hart, who's been in the wars here. He was down earlier. And it may be that he is unable to continue after all, as it does look like Port Moody are readying a change. Perhaps it'll be a pair of changes. Bradford making his way over to the far side. He'll be replaced, and Hart will be replaced as well. Of course, unlimited substitutions here at the Masters level, so they may well have a further part to play. In the meantime, Bradford is replaced. And Hart replaced as well. bit of a further delay here as there's now a Columbus player with a bit of an issue. Looks like some of that strapping that was around the leg of Bradley Petum is either not working or hindering him. Either way, he's going to soldier on without it. Monome. This is Halliday. Substitute Kyle McDermott straight into the action. Rosenkrantz looking for Aldridge. He's done well to earn himself a yard of space. Rosenkrantz delivers. Rogers up. Will it fall for Atwell? It may well have come to something, but the assistant's flag has stopped it in its tracks. Lusick. Long ball. De Blasio's interested. Iabonte looks to go long, but he sprayed it out of bounds. McEachern for Monome. Baldwin looking to nip through. Quan now. It's come through to Baldwin. It sits for Quan. Oh, and it was a bit of a rush of blood there for Quan. It looked like all he needed to do was pick either side of Iabonte, and it would have been 1-0 to Columbus. Instead, he's absolutely flashed that one high over the bar. It remains scoreless, although not for a lack of effort by Columbus. That is for sure here in the early going. Quan pick up the free kick there. Lusick to deliver. Run it down this inside channel. Headed out by Halliday. Yeah, and as the weather's improved throughout the day, and we've had a few champions crowned, and quite a good atmosphere picking up here at Burnaby Lake West. The beer garden is certainly becoming much more populated than it was in the rain at 10 o'clock this morning. And hopefully we'll be treated to quite the entertaining final match of the day here on Field 3. Baldwin just couldn't negotiate that one. Once over the head of Rogers. Quan will latch onto it. For Monome. De Blasio. Holiday. He's got Day also. Atwell. Him and Lusick working on each other. Free kick goes the way of the defender, as it so often does in those situations. Another long ball from Inome. He's full of running here in the first half. And takes his opportunity to go down there. Not sure there was too much in that, but he's won himself a free kick nonetheless. So another set piece now for Columbus. It's de Blasio at the front post. He's nearly flicked that on. That could have gone anywhere. Very dangerous situation. In the end, it's gone out for a Columbus corner kick here. Robertson will deliver. De Blasio's interested in something that maybe short up the line. Not going to happen this time, though. Decent delivery. Port Moody have done just about enough. Villiedo back out wide to Robertson. Looking for de Blasio. Lusick. Asking something of Bolden, but he's done well. Into the area. Robertson lurking. And is that going to get out of play? Oh my. That could have gone just about anywhere. Don't think that was quite what Halliday had in mind when he tried to put his foot through it, but in the end, Port Moody have survived yet again. They've squandered possession, though, just handing the ball back to Columbus. Bolden. A little bit of frustration creeping into the Port Moody ranks. Rosenkrantz. And another heavy tackle. This will see our first yellow card of the game. And while I do agree that was fully a yellow card worthy challenge, I do understand Villiedo's point in that the referee had previously let a heavy Port Moody challenge go, so perhaps he could have let this first one go as well for Columbus, but not to be. We have our first booking of the afternoon. It's hammered long. Halliday looking for Clark. Wouldn't be surprised to see the flag go up, but it stayed down. And Clark's earned himself a corner. It'll be Clark to deliver from this near side. Oh, and it's well up. McGowan, the center back, forward for the corner, made great contact, and that is a top drawer save from Aaron Young in the Columbus goal, getting down to his far post. Fantastic bit of goalkeeping there to deny Port Moody the opener. Another delivery. And this time, Young is judged to have been fouled. A little bit of a let-off there for the goalkeeper. Came charging up for that. Not sure how much contact there was in it, but I don't think he was getting anywhere near the ball regardless, so had been cleared off the line by one of his defenders, but he's just as happy to assume control of this free kick. Quan clips it. Clipped Clark there, and Port Moody will get another chance with the set pieces here. It'll be Day. What can he orchestrate? Searching ball to the back post. Claims for a foul by Columbus, but it's safely into the hands of Young. Lucic has overcooked that one just a bit. Port Moody will go all the way back to Iabonte. Oh, he's gone down there off that kick. It was a long kick. He's gone down clutching his left knee, and this doesn't look good at all. Nobody around him. Gone down with the left knee there. That was his plant foot. And you can certainly see he looks to be in some serious pain here. They're calling for some medical attention. That did not look good at all. You hate to see it. As great as it is to have these artificial fields in terms of being able to play all year round, this can be one of the unfortunate side effects, as you do seem to see a number of additional muscular injuries or ligament-based injuries here. And that had all the hallmarks of a knee ligament injury. Iabonte is in some serious pain here. You can see the concern of teammate Venny Atwell. He knows this doesn't look good. Far side, Port Moody are actively warming up a reserve keeper, and I would expect we'll be seeing him shortly. That's Sergeant Jukanovic getting loose. Well, you never like to see anything like this in a final. These players work hard for years, literally, in Port Moody's case, to reach this point. Iabonte is a big part of their team, and well deserving of his place in this final. Fortunately, it looks like his afternoon is going to come to a close after just 35 minutes or so here. We're going to take a little bit of time here to get him up and moving, because it may be some time, unfortunately, before we see Iabonte back on the field. So give both sides a chance. It's a little bit of an informal timeout here. Obviously, Port Moody will need a chance to determine how they're going to move forward here without Iabonte. Chance for Columbus to take on some fluids. Again, not an overly warm day. Certainly no need for a cooling break or anything like that. Perhaps a warming break would be more in store. So as we wait for action to resume here in the Darrell Hughes Masters over 45 Men's A Provincial Cup, can bring you up to speed again on the action that's already concluded here today. And this morning it was Columbus FC's over 45 side prevailing on penalty kicks to capture the inaugural Men's Over 45 Provincial Cup Championship, as they defeated VMSL rivals PCOV in the U21 Cup. On the men's side, it was Fusion FC, again defeating another all-VMSL clash, as they defeated Strathcona Primo to claim the 2022 Men's U21 Cup Championship. And the other men's match today was the Open B match that just concluded before this one, wherein Van UFC Snipers were 1-0 winners over Guildford FC in yet another meeting of two VMSL teams. There was also the Men's Masters B Cup that saw Burnaby Men's League Roma FC defeat Ridge Meadows SC from the Fraser Valley Soccer League. And on the women's side, the day started off with the Women's Classics A clash between Coquitlam Metro Ford and Port Moody Gunners. And it was Coquitlam Metro Ford defeating their local rivals Port Moody, as a couple of Metro Women's League teams clashed. That was followed up by the Classics B final that saw Cowichan Cougars from the Lower Island Women's Soccer Association defeat Marilomas FC 2-1 to claim the Women's Classics B title. And going on concurrently to our game over on Field 1 here at Burnaby Lake is the Women's Open B final between Gorge FC from the Lower Island Women's Soccer Association and the Coquitlam Metro Ford Galaxy from the Metro Women's League. So Ayabonte has been helped off, and we wish him a speedy recovery. But we are back underway here in the over 35 Men's A Provincial Final. Columbus looking to test replacement goalkeeper Jukanovic straight from the off. But Port Moody have it clear. Clark asking a lot of Rogers there. Too much, in fact. Lucic. It's a fantastic ball there if it got through for Bolden. Halliday had to be alert to it, coming over to win the header. Bolden and Halliday. This has been a good battle between these two. Halliday eases Bolden off the ball. I don't think that's the last coming together between those two we'll see this afternoon. So we're 2 minutes from halftime in this one, but of course, given the long delay for the Iabonte injury, we'll still have quite a few more minutes to play beyond the 45. Manome, he's going to chase this one as well. They'll get through to Jukanovic, though. Jukanovic with a towering drop kick forward. Back into the midfield for Kwan. Villiedo for Lucic. Batum looking long. This is Robertson now. De Blasio's going to see if he can't turn on the afterburners here, but he's well marshaled by Pejic. Now a little bit of space for de Blasio, working on Rosenkrantz. He'll find Robertson on the left foot. Columbus keep it alive. McEachern. Not quite going to make it through to de Blasio. Second ball, though, for Manome. Oh, Robertson thought de Blasio was making the run behind him. He's left it there, and Rosenkrantz is gathered. Ball, I don't think, was what Rosenkrantz had in mind. So we see 5 added minutes from the fourth official on the sideline. 5 added minutes here. And we are into that injury time now. Is there time left here for Columbus to make the pressure they've had here in this first half tell and take a lead into halftime? Steve de Blasio. Instead, the turnover. Port Moody were looking for Atwell. Instead, it's Olsen for Columbus. They'll go all the way back to Young. Atwell. Lucic didn't get a shot from the keeper there. Looked like he could have left it. Instead, he's completely made a hash of it, and out of absolutely nothing, right here at the death, Port Moody with a chance to, perhaps against the flow of play, take a lead of their own. That's not to say Port Moody haven't had a few chances here in this first half, but I think on the whole, you'd have to say Columbus are shading it. Shouts of handball there. Referee not interested. Looked like he might have been blocked out over at the far post. It's come to nothing, though. De Blasio. Switching play for Manome. It won't quite reach him. But Olsen's won it, and Manome can run. He'll defer to Robertson. Baldwin on the far side. It looked as though he might be offside. Rosenkrantz won't take the chance, though. McDermott. Back for Pejic. And unfortunately, we have another bit of an injury here. It's Olsen who hasn't recovered. He was at full stretch to poke that ball through to Manome. And not sure if he was caught afterwards or if it's just a bit of a strain from contorting his body in such a manner. Or perhaps just some turf burn. And after yet another delay, we're back underway here. So we were scheduled to have another 90 seconds or so, but maybe that'll tick closer to 2 minutes and change. Halliday for Rogers. This is Clark. Can't keep that one in, though. Columbus look like they're interested in having one more attack here before the interval. Clark. Something for Rogers to chase, but he doesn't look like he's got the legs for it just at the minute. Atwell does, though. And Clark. McDermott latches onto it. They'll come to Rogers for Aldridge. Can he turn? Half-hearted appeals for a penalty there. Didn't look like there was much in it. Ranging ball forward for de Blasio. He's going to get there, is he? He gets a chance. The keeper was right in the thick of it there. It was tough to tell from this vantage point. Certainly shouts from Port Moody that there was a hand involved there. Jukanovic pointing to his head. That seemed to be what the referee saw as well as he waved away the protests. And that is halftime, so a talking point just at the death there. And you see a few of the Columbus players surrounding the referee now to ask what it was exactly that he saw in that one. And certainly that would not have been ideal from a Port Moody perspective. Never mind the red card, but the fact that having already lost one goalkeeper, Jeff Iabonte, to injury in the first half, losing a second one to a red card would have been disastrous, to say the least. As it is, it's still 11 against 11, and it is still 0-0 here in the men's Masters A Darrell Hughes Provincial Cup final between Port Moody SC Rangers and Columbus FC. Back with the second half shortly. Almost there, man.
Can you show me something there?
Sorry?
Can you show
Oh, I
me
can probably show you something.
On here? This is you can do it. The last one.
You want? I don't know what angle we're gonna have on that, but I can show you.
Okay. I think we had a good angle.
welcome back to the men's over 35 Provincial A Cup final between Columbus FC, who are about to kick us off in the all-white strip, and Port Moody SC Rangers. No goals in the first half, handful of chances. Big talking point was Port Moody starting goalkeeper Jeff Iabonte, unfortunately going down to what we suspect was a left knee injury. He's been receiving treatment since that time. He's been replaced in the Port Moody goal by Sergeant Jukanovic. And that's who will try and guide Port Moody to their first ever over 35 Provincial A Championship. And we're back underway. 45 minutes to go here on Saturday afternoon at Burnaby Lake West Sports Complex, field number 3. We hope you enjoyed BC Soccer's coverage today of the Provincial Cup Finals. We've had quite the day. But the action continues tomorrow. We'll have a pair of marquee matchups in both the Women's A Cup and the Men's A Cup from beautiful Swangard Stadium here in Burnaby. But before we can get to that, there's some business to deal with here in determining who's going to lift the 2022 Men's Masters A Provincial Cup. Get a look at that's a heavy and high challenge there by Wes Halliday. The arm got up. It'll be a clear booking. One or two shouts for something a little bit more harsh, but I don't think there was too much intent in that. Clumsy, yes. Reckless, certainly, but definitely caught him high with the arm. Not too much worse for wear, though. It'll be a yellow card. So Halliday will have to watch himself the rest of the way. From distance, the ensuing free kick, it was well struck by de Blasio. He was a good 35 yards from goal, but he did force the save out of Jukanovic, who looks to start Port Moody back the other way. McDermott. This is Inoue, one of the halftime substitutes for Columbus. Lucic is fouled by Vinny Atwell, or check that, Omari Aldridge. The classic defense against offense battle that we've seen all afternoon so far shows no sign of abating here in the second period. Olsen making a run down the wing, calling for it, but won't come to him. Instead it'll be de Blasio. He'll spray it wide for Inoue. Into the middle, and Manome. Great contact, but he sees it cannon back off the post. Kozo Manome picking up where he left off in the first half. Very lively, a key threat for Columbus throughout the opening 45, and I think if he's honest with himself, he'll feel he should have had the opening goal there. Great contact with his left foot, completely left Jukanovic for dead in the Port Moody goal, but cannon back off the bar. The ensuing corner through to Manome again. Again, half-hearted shouts for maybe a penalty there. Referee well positioned that time. Port Moody looking to hit on the counter. It's Aldridge taking on McEachern. And he's overcooked his cross there, and nothing Venny Atwell can do except watch that one go out for a goal kick. Rogers can't quite negotiate that, and he's left one in there on Kwan. The referee's happy with just calling the foul. Rogers thinks Kwan's making a meal of it. And nobody's really in a great mood just at the minute here. Sure, either of these sides would brighten up if one of them could find a way through to goal. Robertson. And it's all a little bit scrappy here. Jukanovic will slow it down. Try to get Port Moody going again. Looking for Scrivens here on the near side. He's come on to replace Clark at halftime. And here is Scrivens. Looking to get Venny Atwell going forward. Will be shepherded back by Batum. Long from goalkeeper Aaron Young. Can only find a Port Moody body, though. Some question over whose ball it was there. It's gone the way of Columbus in the end. Jamie Olsen gets us started again. Batum, long forward. That's going to clear Robertson. The scraps will be picked up by de Blasio. Stopped in his tracks by Scrivens. He'll look to send Amari Aldridge away. Can Amari Aldridge get past Lucic? Big shouts for a foul, and I can tell you what, I absolutely saw a pullback by Lucic there. He had a hold of his arm. That contact was outside the box. Perhaps if Aldridge goes down at that point, he gets the decision, and quite possibly a red card there for Lucic as well. He stayed on his feet into the box. I'm not sure there was enough contact to go down at that point for the penalty. As it is, he'll come away with nothing, but certainly a talking point there. Here's Halliday. Under pressure from Manome. Collision here. He'll just take the sting out of things. Rogers putting himself about in the midfield for Port Moody. Long forward from Day. Second ball falls to McDermott. Hooking it long. Aldridge, can he save it? He cannot. "10 minutes played here, just about. The second half of this one. Still awaiting our opening goal. Rosenkrantz. It'll be Olsen for Columbus. Finding Manome. He's as good a bet as any to get that goal. But for now, he sprays it wide to Inoue. Inoue. Just about dealt with by Port Moody, and they look to go long as both teams start to go a little bit more direct here. skipping out the midfield somewhat. Lots of space in the middle of the park, getting very stretched here as the teams go end to end. Another long ball forward was Steve de Blasio's asked to chase into the corner. He's done well here. He's turned the corner, and he'll earn himself a free kick. Making something out of nothing. It's what the best strikers are capable of. And de Blasio shows you his qualities there. Be more than happy to follow that up by showing you his quality in front of goal. As Columbus's leading scorer struts into the penalty area, looking to get on the end of this delivery from Blair Robertson. Fizzed in, Jukanovic comes, he punches. Set for Villiedo. All the way through, but Manome just wasn't quite switched on at the back post, otherwise he may have been able to get to that second ball. McDermott, forward for Atwell. This is Scrivens. Not quite what he was trying to do with that one. See a little bit of frustration boiling over on the Port Moody bench. De Blasio, big switch, looking for Robertson. Can he control it? He can. Back across, and just overcooking it again. This one here is on a knife's edge. Just going to take one perfect through ball, one moment of magic, or maybe on the other hand, one mistake. And that might be all it takes to claim the Masters Provincial Cup. Jukanovic not in a hurry to get us restarted. Again, if you're joining us late, Jukanovic coming in around the half-hour mark. Just a little past it after starting goalkeeper for Port Moody, Jeff Iabonte, went down with an injury. De Blasio trying to turn the corner. But McGowan's having absolutely none of that. Jukanovic goes long. McDermott for Atwell. Just nobody around to pick up the pieces. There's Halliday. Day. Looked to have put that one out off Quan. Certainly the Port Moody bench seemed to feel that way, but nevertheless, it's a Columbus throw-in. De Blasio. Inoue. Is Inoue onside there? No, he's not onside. McGowan with Halliday. Maybe playing themselves into some trouble here, Port Moody, when they don't need to. Robertson for de Blasio. Olsen at the back post. Ooh, and that cross is just not going to find him there. I think if Port Moody had conceded there, they would have been rather frustrated with themselves, as like they overplayed it a little bit out of the back. We'll have another change here. Coming out, it's going to be Wes Holliday, who you recall picked up that earlier booking at the start of the half. And he's going to be replaced by Joseph Dubin. Jukanovic gets us back underway. This is Robertson. He's ridden the challenge. A little bit of space. De Blasio. And that one's not going to make his highlight reel. Possibly caught in two minds there. It looked like if he could have gotten just one more step ahead of his defender, maybe he could have dropped the shoulder, cut in, and had a shot. Looked like he realized the cross was the best option, but in the end, came up with neither. Rogers now, finding some pace. Him and Quan have been in the wars all afternoon. And it's another free kick for Port Moody, as those two get reacquainted. Certainly no love lost there. Adam Day will preside over this free kick for Port Moody. Into the back post, hoisted towards the big men. In the end, it's Scrivens who rises for it, but it comes to nothing. At this point, it appears both teams have completely abandoned the notion of building through the midfield. Long ball to long ball. Olsen's turn. That one's definitely gone out of play. It's going to be another change coming up for Port Moody. That'll have to wait, though. In the meantime, Rosencrantz for Atwell. He's looking to combine with Scrivens. Wasn't able to. A little bit of a sore one there. Looks like somebody landed on the back of Atwell's foot, perhaps. Definitely a sore one. Not interested in any apologies or assistance, just wanting to maybe vent a little bit of frustration. Meanwhile, at the back, it's McGowan, the center back, on the deck for Port Moody, while Monome is also taking a bit of a knee here for Columbus. As this one becomes a little bit of a war of attrition. Looks like McGowan's done something. I don't know if it's a lower back injury. That seems to be what he's clutching at. Perhaps a glute issue. Either way, he's signaled for the substitution, so that's going to be the end of his afternoon, it looks like. Meanwhile, Minome's back on his feet. Columbus certainly won't want to lose him. He's been lively all day. And McGowan will be replaced by Russell Hugan. So now that that's all sorted out, we can get back to the action. Lieto. Aldridge. He's got the pace. He's going to leave McEachern behind. Next up is Lucic. And Lucic did enough to allow McEachern to recover and block that cross. Mari Aldridge, though, getting closer and closer, it seems, down that wing. Meanwhile, at the other end, it's de Blasio. He's been coming closer as well. Into the middle, looking for Minome. The man with the best chance so far this afternoon as he hit the post earlier. Bit of a half-hearted shout for a penalty there as he gets bundled over somewhat. In truth, the chance had gone, though. Certainly, I don't think anyone wants to see the game decided on a call like that. Anyone except perhaps Columbus, who I'm sure would have been happy to accept a penalty. Robertson wins that. And Columbus look to get back on the front foot. Minome for Robertson. He's got a bit of pace. Can he get a cross in? He'll settle for the corner kick. Only a few to aim for here for Robertson, but can he pick someone out? Tell you what, Patoon was up well for it. But it was safely gathered by Djukanovic in the end. He tried to get Port Moody going. Perhaps this second phase. Hugan for Adam Day. Looking for Venny Atwell. He'll check it back. Lovely ball through. Venny Atwell on the left foot in front. Blocked by Lucic. Day. Finding another gear. Hugan has space. Back to Day. Looking to turn around the corner. Mari Aldridge is offside. Definitely going to see some more space opening up in this one as the legs grow heavy. See on that move that Port Moody had an opportunity to play through the middle of the park. Perhaps he'll do so again here. Scrivens for Day. Ranging down the left here. He'll find Rogers. Port Moody looking the fresher of the two teams at the minute here. Scrivens. He'll win a corner. A number of substitutes queuing up to get into the game. I believe we're allowing the subs. We are. So that's Quan coming out of the game for Columbus. He's replaced by Angelo Cicito. And a pair of changes as well for Port Moody, as Rogers and Atwell are replaced. Here's the free kick. Well done by Young. It's fallen, it's not dealt with. Port Moody can't recycle it. Instead, Columbus perhaps on the break here. Inoue. He's got de Blasio to his right. Oh, but look at the turn of pace by Amari Aldridge to get all the way back and snuff out that attack. Lucas Johns now. He's come on for Vinny Atwell up top. This is Johns in the area, but Young comfortably collects. Adam Day with space to operate. Looking for Aldridge. Looking for a foul. Looking for anything. Finding nothing. De Blasio, room to turn. Working on Rosenkrantz. Oh, he showed him too much of the ball there. It'll be a Columbus throw, though. Looks like it'll be something off the training ground as Olsen lines up a long throw. Into the area. Inoue. And out for another throw. Will Olsen go long again? It looks that way. Wants to aim for. Can't get it past the first defender, however. Johns. Poor Moody can't get a hold of it at the minute here. Columbus looking to carve out a clear-cut opportunity. That's a better throw. Down for de Blasio on the left foot. And it drifts wide. I tell you what, though. Jukanovic was rooted to the spot, and there was plenty of room at the far post for that to nestle into the back of the net. Not just yet, though, as we continue to wait for the icebreaker. There's a challenge off the ball. Referee not interested in it. Certainly Columbus looked to have been impeded there. The referee's opinion, however, it was incidental. Instead, it's the other way for Port Moody. Lucas Johns looking to get on the turn. Swarmed by Columbus players. They're queuing up now. In transition. Maybe that was the time for the long ball, as Columbus did look to have numbers forward. Heavy challenge there by Port Moody defenders. McEachran's draped all over the back of Aldridge. You just wonder if the referee's thinking about having a word. Not this time. However, it seems like every time Aldridge gets the ball, Columbus are going after him with impunity. They can't keep up with his speed, I don't think, and any chance they get to grab him, hold him, kick him, they're taking it right now, and the referee seems fine to let that continue, at least for now. Here's Aldridge again. Again, he's got McEachran for company. Close down. Johns. Tiernan King. Day will deliver. Wide open is Hugan at the back post. Oh, he's decided to take a touch. Close down. Tiernan King. Excuse me, Scrivens rather, not King. Stopped by Young. The other way. 3 versus 3 if Columbus go quickly here. That was an all or nothing challenge, and it was nothing as Villiedo looks to pick out Inoue. Rosenkrantz, last man back, last chance hotel. He's done enough. It'll be a corner kick. So we head towards the final quarter of an hour here of the 90 minutes. Will this match, like our first match of the day, the over 45s, Provincial Cup final, also featuring Columbus. It finished 0-0 after 90 minutes. Are we destined for something similar in this one? The latest corner for Columbus. Oh, that's well done by Djukanovic there. Good goalkeeping. If he missed that one, it was going to be a tap-in at the back post. Johns can't get a hold of it. Sestito asking a little bit too much of a Inouye there. Here's Johns. Aldridge lurking in the middle of the park. Rosenkrantz leaves it a little short for Scrivens there. It'll be a Columbus throw after all that. And after the half started with such promise, and it looked as though our opening goal was just around the corner, the minutes have simply ebbed away here as we still wait for a breakthrough. At this point, it looks like one goal might well be enough. David looking long. Hugan. Manome leaves it short. He's on the deck again. Referee not interested. Scrivens cutting inside on Olsen. Day. Hugan now. He'll get it back. Aldridge. Good service. Into the area. Johns, it's spilled. Shouts for handball. Waved away. I don't think there was too much in that. Certainly the ball bounced into the middle of the body there. Possibly some contact with the hand. The referee was quite a distance away though, so I'm not sure he had the best view of it either. Either way, the protests from Port Moody were short-lived. Again, Aldridge nipped and tucked and unable to wrangle that ball under control. Manome for de Blasio. For Sestito. Manome, there's space on the right wing if they can find it. Instead, they go through the middle for Inouye. And the flag goes up. It's getting a little clutchy, a little grabby in the middle of the park. There's not a lot of room left. In the waning minutes here, the legs are going. This is Scrivens. Looking for Tiernan King. But it's only gone as far as Lusick. His long ball for Steve de Blasio. He's the wrong side of his defenders. Just cannot bring the ball under his spell. And now it's Port Moody. Adam Day spraying it for Aldridge. We know he can leave McEachern in the dust. Looks to turn on him. McDermott. His service coming through to Scrivens. And it'll go out for a corner kick. Into the last 10 minutes here as Adam Day walks to take this corner kick for Port Moody. Referee wants to have a word here. A little bit of pushing and shoving. Nobody wants to do anything foolish at this point. Still, the referee's not happy with it. It's Olsen and Johns who seem to be drawing the ire of the referee. Here's the ball in. It's come through. What a save! Aaron Young. It's a fantastic save off Russ Hugan there. As the ball sat for him from close range, all he could do was stab at it. He made great contact, but what a fantastic save by Columbus's number 1, Aaron Young. Second successive corner for Port Moody. It's another good one. Into the middle, and Scrivens heads over. Day. He'll look over the top again and ask Aldridge to chase. Aldridge hassles Lusick, but he gets it away. Minome lets it go, though. And instead it's Rosenkrantz turning Port Moody forward. Port Moody have had the deeper bench today, and some of those fresher legs look like they're starting to maybe pay off. Here they come again. Scrivens wins a header. The scraps are cleared, but these final minutes here, if one of these teams is going to win it, at the minute it looks like it's going to be the team in blue, turned by Tiernan King. Cleared only as far as Rosenkrantz. For Aldridge in the back post. He's made contact. They've bundled it away for now. And my goodness, how was Lucas Johns not able to turn that home? Seemingly had the net at his mercy. His teammate Aldridge was prone on the deck, and it looked like that may have just put Johns off, not wanting to step on him or otherwise collide with him, but Columbus are certainly on the rocks here at the minute, just hanging on. Aaron Young made the save a few moments ago. Another fantastic opportunity for Port Moody. The blood is in the water here. Heavy collision at midfield. But it's now Columbus's turn to drive forward. And that'll be a foul against Inoue. Game's getting a little bit stretched here. Living dangerously at the back there was McDermott, with de Blasio looking to poach a goal. Instead, space to play for Port Moody now. Lucas Johns, wide for Rosencrantz. This is Scrivens. Brian Scrivens leaves his defender for dead. Cannot pick out the service, though. Just a bit of quality here for Port Moody, and I think they could well be champions. This is Adam Day. Space to his right. Looking for Tiernan King. Just cannot negotiate bringing that ball down. Port Moody look fresh here as we approach the final 5 minutes. If there is another 30 to come, you'd have to fancy them in that to have the legs to go on. They don't want to wait for that. They want to win it right now, though. What can Columbus conjure, if anything? Here's Tiernan King for Port Moody. He's got Scrivens to his left. He sees him. Rosencrantz barreling forward. He'll get around. Can he get the service? Blocked away for a corner kick. Is this the moment for Port Moody? Adam Day to take. It's another good delivery. Headed away for now. King. McDermott. And now there's space here for Columbus on the counter. De Blasio's not going to catch up to that one. And you can see the frustration. Now we have a little bit of an off-the-ball incident between Robertson and Day. Both players are upset. Both players blaming the other player for what's occurred. Day's on the deck. Robertson's claiming he had a kick at him. Manome could see frustrated after he wasn't able to negotiate that ball through to de Blasio. Meanwhile, there's a Port Moody striker getting stretched out. Or rather, that might be McDermott. Still forward from the last foray. After all that, cooler heads will prevail. "90 minutes are fast approaching here. Port Moody a little cavalier with the ball. Give de Blasio a chance to latch onto it in an offensive position. Into the middle for Inoue. On the turn. The frustration continues in front of goal for Columbus. They've carved out enough chances, but the final product, it just hasn't been on target today. Johns winning a header. Looked like he got kicked there. Referee's happy to play on. Here's Aldridge through the middle. Onto his left foot. On another fantastic save by Young. Day picks up the pieces. Plays Johns in. This is King now. Into the middle. Aldridge. Still not cleared. Rosencrantz. For Johns. A fall to Cicito. A bit of a you take it, I got it situation there between him and Villiedo. It'll be Port Moody ball again into the 90th minute. Lucas Johns hoisting it in the middle of the park. Scrivens keep it alive. And that's a bit of catching practice for Aaron Young. Rosenkrantz. Scrivens. The return ball I don't think is going to get through to Rosenkrantz. He's made something of it though. Alas, he's simply handed it back to Olsen. That ball's out of play here on the near side. The one added minute here. Just one. Is there one last chance for Port Moody here? Can Johns make anything out of this? He'll get a throw in. Will be time to take it. Scrivens hoisting it high. Aldridge at the back post. He's got his head on it, and that's cleared off the line. And blazed over by Tiernan King. As neither of these two sides have had the shooting boots on today. As once again, the goal seemingly at his mercy. King slashes it over the net. And it seems we're destined to play another half hour in this one. De Blasio hoists it long. And that is full time. The score after 90 minutes. Port Moody SC Rangers 0. Columbus FC 0. This one's going to need another 30 minutes of extra time. to be split over 90 minutes. This game awaits its first goal here into an additional 30 minutes. And Columbus in the all-white, back going from right to left to start extra time. And Port Moody in the blue kits, going from left to right. At the end of the 90 minutes, it was Port Moody who were coming on. They looked the fresher of the two teams. They'd made several substitutions, including to their front runners, and they were really pushing to find that opening goal, what would have been a decisive tally. They were unable to find it. Prior to that, Columbus had had a strong start, and we're looking perhaps odds-on to establish an early lead. They seem to fade somewhat down the stretch, relying on counter-attacking opportunities. What do we have in store here for this 30 minutes as Lucas Johns gives chase? Lucic heads away, and Columbus will collect for a goal kick. Cicito for Robertson. The two number 4s, Robertson and Day, in the middle of the park. And they got closely acquainted throughout that second half. Don't think either side was too happy with one another. And there's Day leaving one in on de Blasio. And that's about as straightforward as a yellow card gets. Adam Day will have to watch himself with what remains in this game, and you can understand de Blasio staying down here. You could hear that one from our broadcast position. That was a heavy, heavy challenge. And after 90-plus minutes of football, those hurt. Robertson's going to take charge of this free kick. 5 to aim for at the back post. Can't get it past Pejic, however. Only comes as far as Manome. Port Moody clear through Rosenkrantz. Well, his clearance strays out of bounds. And that'll bring Jukanovic off his line for the first time here in extra time. Again, if you're joining us late, starting goalkeeper for Port Moody, Jeff Iabonte, went down with an unfortunate knee injury about 35 minutes into the first half. Ever since then, it's been Sergeant Jukanovic in goal for Port Moody. This is Tiernan King, a late second half substitute. Some fresh legs. Going the other way now. Steve de Blasio, Columbus's leading goal scorer. Working one-on-one. In the middle. It'll set for de Blasio. And tell you what, a few years ago, you could maybe have seen him stroking that one into the far top corner, but didn't quite have his shooting boots calibrated for that one as it skewed off the inside of his heel and wide at the near post. And Kozo Minome goes down now. He's been a bundle of energy all game. And it looks like perhaps a touch of cramp as the legs are starting to feel very, very heavy here. And looks like the signal's been made to the bench here that Minome is not going to be able to continue, so that is a bit of a blow for Columbus as he's been a spark for them offensively, as much as you can be in a 0-0 game. Placing him will be Nathan Kwan. Robust midfielder back into the game, so perhaps we'll see the shape moved around a little bit here from a Columbus perspective. Returning King to get us back underway here. He'll find Johns. I don't think that ball actually did go out of play, but it's going to be a Port Moody throw-in. King. Wouldn't it be something if this is what led to the opening goal? That'll lead to a corner kick. Adam Day to deliver. Looking for Aldridge. It'll be Scrivens here, resetting. As the pace slows somewhat further here, Columbus hoisted upfield. De Blasio. You have to feel at this point if Columbus are going to get a goal, he's going to be centrally involved. He looks like just about the only one with any legs left for Columbus at the top end of the pitch. Robertson for De Blasio. Rides the challenge onto his left foot, unable to negotiate it. Port Moody will just hoist it downfield and collect themselves. Johns applying some pressure. This is McEachern. For Kwan. This is De Blasio. Steps past Dubin. Oh, and you can see the anguish on his face. He actually got a fairly good shot away there, only to see it clatter off the heels of his teammate. The frustration is plain to see. Port Moody now. King, he can't determine a way through. Instead, it's Robertson handing the ball to Hugan. Now Johns for Port Moody, as no one can put a fork in it. Port Moody through Scrivens on that far side. Settle for the throw. Rosenkrantz on his left, looking to get a service in. It's a decent ball. Johns in the area for Aldridge. Columbus doing just about enough to get it clear here. De Blasio will pick up a cheap foul at halfway. Allow his teammates to get forward upfield. Petum looking long. Finds Robertson. Looking to work a yard of space. Rosencrantz will put it out for a corner. So a set piece now for Columbus. Again, the referee's not happy with it. He wants a word here. Referee keeping a close eye on things between Columbus's Peters and Port Moody's Dubin, right on the goal line. It's a good ball in. Djukanovic has missed it. It's de Blasio at the back post. Checks it onto his right foot. Drifts it towards the back post, but it was too high for anyone to get a head on and just off target. Inouye for Robertson. Finds Kwan. A little bit of room to operate. He's scythed down by Adam Day. Is that going to be a second yellow card? Well, the referee certainly looked like his initial thought was to reach for the pocket. Perhaps realizing Day was already booked, he showed some mercy. Tell you what, though, that was certainly a risk to take from Day, leaving his feet like that. In the end, though, the referee deeming it not quite reckless enough to be a second yellow card. Certainly living dangerously there, though. Nevertheless, it will be a free kick for Columbus and a chance for Blair Robertson to deliver. Several men forward here for Columbus as they've got 7 in and around the area. Is this the moment? Inouye gets a flick on at the front post. But again, just like de Blasio's effort a moment ago, couldn't find a teammate to direct it home, nor was it on target to creep in at the far post by itself. Both teams urging each other on, trying to find that extra 2 or 3% that it's going to need to find a winning goal here. Hoisted high by Olsen. Will give everyone a chance to catch their breath. This is King. Safely into the hands of Young. De Blasio's lurking here on the near side. That's where the ball goes. Working on Dubin, or rather McDermott. This is Kwan. For Cecido. He'll defer to de Blasio. Hoisting it in. It's Peters. Well defended at the last by Pejic. Aldridge giving chase on Petum. He'll settle for knocking it out for a throw-in. So we're in the final minute here of the first half of extra time. And in fact, we are at the end of the first half of extra time. So 15 minutes down, 15 more to go. Will there be a goal, or are we headed to a second penalty shootout of the day for the Columbus FC club? Earlier this morning, it was their over 45s team who triumphed in a penalty shootout to claim the over 45 Provincial Men's Championship. Will the over 35s team follow suit? Or is there another ending to be written? A quick water break here, and the teams will switch ends. And as the teams switch ends for one final time today, I'd like to remind you one more time to please join us either in person or here on YouTube tomorrow for the men's and women's A-Cup finals. First at 12 o'clock, it will be Gorge FC from the Lower Island Women's Soccer Association against Coastal FC from the Metro Women's Soccer League in the women's A final. And then the men's A final at 3 o'clock features FC Tigers Vancouver taking on BB5 United CCB in somewhat of a rematch of the men's A final from 3 seasons ago. Well, 3 years ago, rather. Before we get to tomorrow, we got to finish off today. And that's going to mean 15 final minutes here and possibly, if required, a penalty shootout to determine the winner of the Darrell Hughes Men's Masters A over 35 Provincial Championship. McEachern for Inouye. Robertson into the channel. Cecito's interested, but he won't get there ahead of Hugon. Robertson. Columbus look like they are hoping to perhaps bag the decisive goal early here. Kwan in space down the left. Will he keep this in? He will. He can serve one up. It's a decent ball, but it had been overrun by both Inouye and Peters in the middle of the park. Robertson will take over again at midfield. Columbus on the front foot to start here. This is McEachern. And instead of swinging it in himself, he deferred to Peters, who was unable to keep the ball in play. Poor Moody happy to hand it back to Columbus, though. Peters for McEachern. This time he puts it in. Cleared by Day. This is Kwan. Inouye. Make that Robertson, rather. McEachern for Kwan. Leaves it just short. Johns gets it to Hugon. Port Moody take over for the first time here. Nice bit of skill from Scrivens. Finds a yard of space, but him and Aldridge were on different wavelengths there. This is McEachern. Kwan. Olsen. A favorable bounce. Sees Cecito. He runs past Dubin and wins a corner kick. It's a Port Moody player down at midfield. I believe that's McDermott. Looks to be in some pain. And I fear this might be another knee injury. He's calling for a substitution straight away. The referee waving this coaching staff onto the field. Looks like he'll have to be replaced. See how Port Moody want to handle this one. McDermott had been playing center back ever since McGowan had to leave the game in the second half. However, it looks like it's going to be Venny Atwell coming back into the game. So that's most definitely an attacking change. And we'll see what Port Moody have in store in terms of a reshape. Certainly you'd think Atwell would be keen to be involved in kicks from the mark if we get that far. There's still over 10 minutes before we find ourselves in that position, though. So some extra offense here to try and maybe win the game in what time remains. Perhaps trading off some defensive responsibilities, though. For right now, it's a Columbus corner kick. Cicito will swing this one in. The in-swinger. For Batum, it's... looks like it was called back for a push, and I'm not sure I saw a push in there, but it's not my opinion that matters. It's the referees. Certainly Columbus didn't feel there was a push there. Regardless, the initial effort by Batum was saved. The ball was there for a second chance opportunity when the whistle went, much to the frustration of the team in white. Cito leaves Robertson short, and Hugan can take over. Him and Day operating in close quarters. So it appears in that reshape it's Brian Scrivens who's gone to play fullback for Port Moody, allowing Dubin to move into central defense to partner Pejic, and that frees up an attacking position for Atwell. Inouye takes a bit of an arm in the back. That's enough for a free kick. Port Moody's not happy about that. It's everybody else's fault right now. Lusick. Four to aim for at the back post, if that's where he wants to go along with it. Cicito will jog over into that general area as well. De Blasio's over on the near side. Inouye, second chance. Cleared by Port Moody as far as Batum. Day winning a header. Lusick looking for De Blasio on the left. Does he have the beating of Scrivens? He does. De Blasio cutting in, and that is not the best cross he's ever made in his life. That is for certain. All it needed was a little bit of calm, composure, poise. Instead, he rolled it straight into the arms of a grateful Djukanovic. Rosenkrantz cedes possession back to Columbus. Robertson hoisting it high, but De Blasio was still offside. Scrivens. Lawn looking for Johns, but it'll elude him. This is Peters. Lusick. Peters. Turn it over to Aldridge. There's some space here on the near side for Hugan if they can spot him. King has spotted him. What can Hugan do now? He's got Aldridge at the back post. Will it get to him? Amari Aldridge's going to need another rung or two on the stepladder to get up and reach that one. And just as we were saying, de Blasio looked the most dangerous for Columbus. I think it would be Aldridge who might be the best bet to maybe find a winner here and save us from penalties. Hugan. Johns. Wide for Rosenkrantz. Can he deliver with the left foot? He drifts it into the area. Well claimed by Aaron Young, who's been somewhat of a star man here for Columbus this afternoon. Two massive, massive saves in that second half. Once on Aldridge and another from close range on King. Otherwise, we wouldn't still be playing here at this juncture. As after a reprieve for most of the afternoon, the winds have shifted and the rain has blown back in. So we're going to finish this one under the wet weather, it looks like. Rosenkrantz looks forward. Here's Johns. He's done well to win it. Numbers and space here for Port Moody. What can they do with it? Day looking for Aldridge, backing in. Referee not interested in that. I think that's a good decision. That said, Amari Aldridge perhaps has been on the wrong end of a few calls this afternoon. So if he were to get that one, he'd feel perhaps that everything had worked out on the aggregate. A change here for Columbus with about 6 minutes left. Blair Robertson's afternoon is over. Alessandro Villiedo returns. Niue. It seemed like Inue's teammates were hoping he might chase that one. He didn't seem to think he had the legs for it, however. De Blasio. Will be out for a Port Moody throw. Villiedo. This is Dubin looking long for Venny Atwell. And he'll win a free kick. So a chance now for Port Moody to throw some bodies forward as they play the ball in. The referee not happy with the manner in which this was conducted. Columbus in no hurry to get the ball back to Port Moody. At the end of the day, it'll be Adam Day who stands over this one. Scrivens wanted something played down the right. It's not going to happen. It's going to go into the area. Peters getting there ahead of Jones, who's forced to pull him back. Niue wins it for Peters. Villiedo. Couldn't find de Blasio with that one. Poor Moody happy to just send it farther away from their goal. Day finds King. King turns, looking for Atwell. Atwell's got space. One-on-one with Olsen. Can he make a move on him? Checks it back to his left. Olsen gets a block in the end. Kwan. Scrivens gets a foot in. Olsen clears long for de Blasio. Unable to keep it in. Scrivens looking for Atwell. That won't get there. Nobody can keep hold of it at the moment. Inoue. Hugan goes wide for Rosenkrantz here on this near side. Looking to pick a ball out through the channel. Didn't happen. Peters. Kwan has space to turn. What can Kwan do? De Blasio. If it goes, it'll be a corner. But Port Moody are able to keep it in, and it'll be a throw-in. As we approach the final minute here, it appears we are destined for penalties. Touch of cramp here for Columbus player. So de Blasio back on his feet. Certainly he won't want to miss penalties. Although Columbus are readying a change. It'll be Lusick who comes off. So a defender leaving. He obviously not one of Columbus's shooters. Or perhaps he'll stay. No, he will come off. It'll be Blair Robertson coming back on. So despite going off just a few moments ago, it's been decided that I guess Blair Robertson will be involved in kicks from the mark if it gets there. In the meantime, as we hit the 120th minute, a throw-in. Olsen for Cecido. Checks it back to Olsen, and he doesn't have the legs to get there. One extra minute here. We're already into it. It'll be a free kick here for Port Moody. Will they launch it long? One last chance. That ball was rolling. Easily spotted by the referee. And that is full time at the end of extra time. So the final whistle and the score: Columbus FC 0, Port Moody SC Rangers 0. And after 120 minutes, we'll head to kicks from the mark to decide the 2022 Masters A. Darrell Hughes Cup champion. As we discussed earlier, it's a similar path followed by Columbus's over 45s team first thing this morning. It was our first game of the day at 10 o'clock. The Columbus over 45s played PCOV to a 0-0 draw after 120 minutes before winning it on penalties. Will the over 35s Columbus side follow suit? So a big moment then for replacement goalkeeper Sergeant Jukanovic. He came in for Port Moody partway through the first half when starting goalkeeper Jeff Iabonte was injured. He'll take center stage now as Port Moody looks to claim its first ever Masters A Cup. Again, this team previously played in the Fraser Valley Soccer League, but switched their allegiance, joining the Vancouver Metro League, and won the Vancouver Metro League's Masters A Cup in their first full season as part of the league. Looking to cap it off with a first Provincial A title. And it's going to be Port Moody to shoot first here as Aaron Young for Columbus takes his place in the net, and Tiernan King will do the honors. The referee just wants a word with the keepers. Of course, we'll be watching closely to make sure there's always a foot on the line when the ball is kicked. It was goalkeeper Luca Delapace who was the hero earlier this morning for Columbus, as he made a pair of saves in that shootout. Can Aaron Young replicate that form for the over 35s as the rain really picks up now? As we said, for most of this match it was nice and dry. We even saw the sun for a moment, but what a fleeting moment that was. Now, in the driving rain, it'll be Tiernan King to get us underway here in the shootout. The referee just asking the spectators to clear out from behind the net. And we're ready for our first attempt. And saved! But then bundled in. And I'm unclear on whether the referee has given the goal or not. Of course, in the shootout, once the forward momentum of the ball stops, the penalty cannot count. But I thought initially I saw the referee saying that it had been saved, and then he looked as though he was pointing towards the center, so unclear on whether or not Tiernan King's penalty counted or not. We'll try and sort that out for you. In the meantime, it's Blair Robertson for Columbus. He makes no mistake. So I believe the penalty did count for Tiernan King. Of course, we'll know definitively when the referee blows the final whistle. Certainly some controversy here on that first kick. In the meantime, it's Brian Scrivens. He makes no mistake. That one's definitely in. It'll be Nathan Kwan next for Columbus. And he scores. And so a defender steps forward for Port Moody, Joseph Dubin. And Dubin makes no mistake. Next up for Columbus is Angelo Cecido. A big run up here, and perhaps not the best contact on the ball, but enough to score. So I believe the referee did count that first penalty. Although, judging by the Port Moody bench's reaction, perhaps he did not. It was not a clear signal from the referee. And by the letter of the law, if the ball had stopped moving forward, it could not have counted. In the meantime, what's Adam Day going to do here? Had to figure that one was about as assured as you can get in a situation such as this. Adam Day, set piece extraordinaire for Port Moody. And now Steve de Blasio. He's taken many a penalty in his day. But the pressure can get to anyone. Will de Blasio hold his nerve? Short run up. Oh, good luck saving that one right into the roof of the net. That was a confident penalty. So the situation is this. If that first penalty did not count, then Lucas Johns must score this penalty. And he's blasted it over. And now we do have our answer. So the first penalty did count. So that means it is 4-4. And with that Lucas Johns miss, though, Columbus will have a chance to win it. So the duty or the privilege, depending on how you see it, falls to Alessandro Vigliato for the win and the title. Saved almost unbelievably by Srđan Đukanović, and we will play on. In truth, it wasn't struck with the most conviction. It was at a good pace for the keeper. And he reached up to claw it out of the air and deny Columbus the trophy. So it'll be Venny Atwell, who came on late after playing most of the 90 minutes. He scores confidently down the middle. Brian Peters now must score, or it will be Port Moody who claim their first over 45 men's A championship. And Peters goes down the middle where Đukanović was waiting for it. And it's Port Moody SC Rangers winning the club's first ever men's Masters over 35 Darrell Hughes Memorial Men's A Championship. And look what those celebrations mean to these players. They've worked so hard for this for years. And it all hung in the balance in the most dramatic of penalty shootouts. The game itself, it has to be said, was short on quality, short on storylines. But the hero at the end of it all, the substitute goalkeeper, Srđan Đukanović, comes off the bench. He does what he needs to get this team to a penalty shootout and makes not one, but 2 saves, including one when Columbus had a chance to win the title. And instead, it's Port Moody SC Rangers. Simply remarkable scenes. And so, the final score at the end of the men's Masters over 35 Darrell Hughes A Cup is Columbus FC 0, Port Moody SC Rangers 0. Port Moody wins 5-4 on penalty kicks.
Still moving. That's what it's still spinning. So it's close. It's dead. Yeah. Yeah, just lift his hands up. Yeah.